You are watching a special presentation from Tinkle Group Gaming. Today's the day we set the lineup for the Daytona 500. Hello guys and welcome here to the Daytona International Speedway. Today we present to you the Blue-Green Vacation Duels at Daytona. Hello guys, I'm Brian here in the booth with you. Welcome everyone. Of course, we will start with duel number 1 in a moment, but real quickly, of course, there's some things we want to get across. In case you missed it last night, Austin Shaw and Carter Joey made up the front row for the Daytona 500. They've got nothing to lose here in these duels. Of course, also joining them into the 500 field, and the other top 33 drivers will be that number 54 of Bafode Sacco, the number 7 of Jessica Kinghart, and the number 9 of Colin Cropley. They all don't have to worry entering this duel, so 5 drivers don't have to worry, 2 don't have to worry about their positions, the rest kinda do. So anyway, before we get going, of course, we also want to explain how the duels will work. Of course, there will be 2 transfer spots in each duel. The inside lane will be determined in duel number 1, the outside lane in duel number 2. So, of course, duel number 1, keep in mind there are 2 transfer spots I just mentioned. If any of those drivers, so if Bafode Sacco, Jessica Kinghart, or Colin Cropley race their way in today, that'll leave a provisional open on speed. Of course, that means anyone that... So, basically, it'll benefit the 28 of Alexander Rowe. He does have a champion's provisional he can use, but otherwise, it directly benefits Eric Faden, the 27 of Bradley Ream, and the number 44 of Parker Smith. So, again, they're hoping that if they don't race in, these guys that are locked in race in, so that way they can at least get into the field. But again, also for the sake of the 44, he would need the 28 to race in, Alexander Rowe. And of course, we'll find out for sure if he races his way in just a moment when we kick off duel number 1. The other thing to note, we are racing for points here at Daytona. So, again, we will be racing for points as the starting lineup is going to go on your screen real quick. Keep in mind, the 99 and the 55, they will drop to the rear for duel number 1. And then, of course, Alexander Rowe will have the provisional. But there's your lineup. And, of course, again, keep in mind, the top 10 at the end of these 12 laps will get points. So the big question will be as we get going, will you race for points? Will you relax? Is it maybe not a big deal? You know, so anyway, without further delay, let's get going. We'll be right back here on Tinkle Group Gaming in just a moment with the green flag in duel number 1. And again, that will come your way in just a moment. Here we go, the pace car going to make its way through 3 and 4 as we get going here in duel number 1 at Daytona. Welcome back, everyone. Again, a reminder, Bafode Sacco, the only one that is locked in entering this duel, so there will be 1 position that can be raced in on speed, technically 2, as we get going. Austin Shaw, the 6 of Keith Stevens, green flag is out. Duel 1 underway. We don't know much, if any, manufacturer alliances will come through here, but if that's the case, Austin Shaw is a sitting duck out in front as you see the Subarus, or the Toyotas behind really start working together. There goes the 54. To work with the 18 and the 20. And again, keep in mind, points are at stake in this duel. The winner will get 10 points. Then, of course, it goes down by 1 point each position below until 10th place, where 10th place will get 1 point for the duel race. And, of course, the duel winner gets a playoff point. That's another big thing to note. Oh, and it looks like Alexander Rowe lost the draft back there. That is not good for the 28. He's going to need some help. Austin Shaw leads that opening lap. You see 3 wide back behind, possibly some 4 wide. Nope, it's just 3. And there you see the 28 really lagging behind. This is not what Alexander Rowe wanted to see to open up the season. Again, we only have 12 laps here. Here we go for the lead. That's Ryan Durini in the number 47. And just look how far that 28 fell back. And look at how far the 65 has fallen. Too. That's Dave James. Keep in mind, he just lost the draft as well. But for him, this might not be a big deal. He's locked into the 500. He could be just simply saying, I see how messy it is up there, and I don't want to be a part of it. As Ryan Durini, or Durini, I'm sorry, if I'm mispronouncing names, please call me on it, but he is the leader. You see that Bafode Sacco is in right now. Of course, he's in on time, regardless. Again, if the 28 has to use the provisional, this gets really sticky. Because he would get a provisional for sure. So 28's racing on Sunday. As you see Fitzwater climbing up through the field. Here comes Charles Sanford as well in that number 99. One thing that won't get sticky is if someone races and takes that number 1 transfer position there. And currently that's held by the 54, but here comes Sanford in the 99 to try to take it away. And if Sanford knows what's good for him, he's going to stay locked right onto the bumper of Zach Fitzwater. And you see 2 more cars likely dropping out of the draft. The 44 being one of them, Parker Smith. That's not good. As you see, the 99 is now the top running go-or-go-homer. Followed by the former 500 winner in Eric Faden, and here he goes, looking for the position. Halfway through the duel. As the 99 still the front running go-or-go-homer right now. Might not last because here comes Nicholas Jaweit in the number 55. As the 99 slots in third. Five to go. Can Charles Sanford hang on? Because that would almost guarantee him a position in to the 500. As here comes the 36 to be the second car to transfer in. But again, it might not be so. Here goes Austin Shaw looking for the lead with help from Tony Green. Again, Tony Green has not run since season number 3. Now here goes Nicholas Jowett with 4 to go. He's going to look for the transfer spot. The leader's still battling it out. And Sanford's got to find a way to duck down on that inside lane and block that 55. Because again, with the 28 all but out of this thing, this really will put a damper on the 55 potentially making it in. Oh, the 10 got out of line. Something's wrong with the 10 of Nate Rattray. Something must have broke on his car. I don't know if he's going to make it back. But this could be huge for Alexander Rowe. You see Pretty Shaw now in that second transfer spot, but again, will that matter is the real question. The caution is out. The 10 stopped on the track. That'll bring out the caution, and we will have an overtime attempt here at Daytona. Back to the line. The white flag waves, but it doesn't matter. We will have overtime. And since we know that it was the 10 that stopped on track to bring out the caution, we'll be back when we get the field reset here at Daytona in just a moment. Welcome back. It is overtime, presented by Mitchell's Memes. And of course, we'll have the 2-lap shootout. We'll have unlimited attempts at this overtime. As Rayan Durrani will start in first. Austin Shaw second. Tony Green third. Charles Sanford in fourth. Pretty Shaw in fifth. And keep in mind, the top person in this duel will transfer to the 500, assuming that Alexander Rowe does not race his way in. Pace car is off. The 47 and the 48 lead us to the green. Overtime is underway. So we decided on it. As you see the 48 get a huge jump. So does the 99. You can see that outside is just working right now. So the second transfer would get bumped for the 28 and would have to rely on time and speed. Which means Charles Sanford will be the driver that makes his way in at this moment. The white flag is out. 1 lap of racing to go. Presented by Mitchell's Memes. Austin Shaw is in fact the leader right now. The pole sitter, trying to get as much points as he can. Entering the 500. Charles Sanford in third. He might just do it, but keep an eye on that 55 of Nicholas Jowett. This is the battle to transfer into the 500. Here goes the 55. Charles Sanford doesn't have the speed to get in. And out of 4, Austin Shaw will win the duel. And Nicholas Jowett will transfer into the Daytona 500. And for Charles Sanford, unfortunately, he'll be headed to the house. He will not race on Sunday. That's a tough break. And it's all thanks to the driver in that 28, who he's probably going to be cursing out. But Alexander Rowe, he will make the 500 with the past champions provisional, meaning he's going to start dead last on Sunday. But again, congratulations to Nicholas Jowett. He will transfer his way in to the 500, beating out Charles Sanford in that final turn. We'll see, does his teammate get in? You know, who will advance in duel number 2? We're going to find out in just a moment when we come back here on Tinkle Group Gaming. Team Subaru is off to a hot start. Congratulations to Austin Shaw. He gets the job done, winning at Daytona. And congratulations as well to Nicholas Jowett. He races his way in to the Daytona 500, and Alexander Rowe will be in on the provisional. That much we know so far. Let's get ready for duel number 2. Here is the starting lineup for that. Carter Joey, Jessica Kinghart will make up the front row. We then will have Tyler Faden and Colin Cropley in row number 2. And keep in mind the green right there, both of them are locked in. And as you look on down the rest of the list, then we get to the bottom of it. And of course, Bradley Ream will lead the go or go homers in terms of where they will start. He starts in 19th. Then, of course, you got Brittany White in 20th. And, of course, Lyle Austin, Brian James, Trevor Collins, Samet Ozkan, and Richard Kinghart. They will all have to race their way in today. And, of course, keep in mind, if the 7 and the 9 race their way in, because they currently hold the transfer spots coming to green, then the 62, the 27, and the 44, or the 62 and the 27 would greatly benefit from that. So Bradley Ream would make it in as it stands now, and so would Eric Faden in the number 62. The Season 1 Daytona 500 winner will have to rely on Jessica Kinghart and Colin Cropley to advance to the race on the transfer position as opposed to their times in qualifying. Anyway, let's not delay any further. Let's take it to the action. The cars are rolling. We'll be back with the green here on Tinkle Group Gaming in just a moment. We are rolling in duel number 2 here. Carter Joey, of course, will lead us to the green. Again, congratulations. Cannot say that enough. Nicholas Jowett, he advances to the 500 with Alexander Rowe, who made it in on the Champions Provisional. Of course, the task at hand here in duel number 2, as we'll determine the final 2 starters that will make the field for the 8th running of the Daytona 500. Pace cars off. Carter Joey, Jessica Kinghart, the green flag waves. We're underway in duel number 2. Oh, something's wrong with the 51. It's going to split the field. Joey Trickle, an issue on the start. This is going to bring out a caution for sure. And it does not. Colin Cropley leads the opening lap, but here goes Steve Morgan. He wants the lead, and he'll take it away. Again, all eyes on the 7 and the 9. If they race their way in, then most likely the 62 and the 27 will get in. I believe the 62 and the 27 would get in on time and speed, because technically, yeah, 54, the 7, the 9 are locked in. So we have 36 right now. Sorry, I'm doing the math in my head real quick. So again, we got the 45, or the 54 rather, the 7 and the 9, they're in, so they transferred in. Then of course you've got the 55 that raced his way in. And then the 28 on the provisional, so that's 38. And if these two race their way in, then we'll have 2 spots for time and speed. So if the 7 and the 9 race their way in, we'll have 2 spots on time and speed, which would fall on the 62 and the 62 Eric Faden and the 27 of Bradley Ream. And the 62 is faster than Bradley Ream, so even if one does not get the transfer spot, as Samet Ozkan pits, he's one of the guys who has to race his way in. Not a good look right now. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, I figured it out now. So even if one of these guys race their way in, the 62 is in. Even if the 7 or the 9 race their way in, the 62 is in. But he will start 39th. Bradley Ream currently holds that second transfer spot. You see Brian James trying to race his way in back there. So is Lyle Austin in the 50. It's the 43, Dick Clark, the 9, Colin Cropley. They're racing for the lead. Dead ahead is the 11. Could Samet Ozkan play a factor in who makes this race? Here we go. They're catching the 11 here with 5 to go. The 9 and the 24, you see they're working really well together. They're both friends. But that 31 and the 43 up top, where's this 11 going to get into the picture? 24 forces Cropley in the middle. This is not going to be good. We got a lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angriness, and for the first time this season, his face has been blown up on the screen. Here comes Jessica Strauss in the number 41. And here comes Bradley Ream. He is now the first transfer position. As of right now, if this race ended, it'd be the 27 and the 62 getting into the 500. As Nathan Faden takes the lead away. And there's the 12. Keep in mind the 12 also has to race his way in. That's Trevor Collins. So now it would be the 27 and the 12 racing their way in. As they're catching the 51 of Joey Trickle. Again, Joey Trickle should have brought out the first caution of the race here. As we come to 3 to go. Nathan Faden trying to hang on against rookie Bradley Ream. The NRSL veteran. How's about Reggie Fogelman trying to get his name in the mix here? Here we go, another lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angriness. We got 2 to go. Bradley Ream leads. How's about this? The 2 transfer cars, 1 and 2 right now. But Bradley Ream gets shuffled high. Keep an eye on Lyle Austin. He could take over that second transfer spot. And likely easily will. And all eyes on the 27 right now. And now all eyes on the 05. White flag this time. 1 lap of racing to go. Presented by Mitchell's Memes. This is going to be a race as Steve Morgan is leading. Again, the 27 Bradley Ream holds that second transfer spot, but keep an eye on the 05. He is the biggest threat right now to take it away, along with that 50 of Lyle Austin. You can't discredit the 50 just yet. As Trevor Collins goes to the race lead. And again, Trevor Collins entered today. He had to race his way in. And out of 4, it's going to be mission accomplished and more. Trevor Collins will advance to the 500. He wins duel number 2. Bradley Ream will also advance to the Daytona 500, meaning the 62 Eric Faden will go home, as will the 05 Brian James, the 50 Lyle Austin, and unfortunately, it looks like only 2 part-timers will advance to the 500, the 54 and the 55. Nonetheless, the 05 gets points. How's about Trevor Collins? He's going to tie Austin Shaw for the point lead entering the Daytona 500. Congratulations to him. We didn't get to show you live the results of duel number 1. We did show them to you though, but here are the results of duel number 2. As you see, Trevor Collins advances, so does Bradley Ream. You know, Steve Morgan, Dan Hummel, 2nd and 4th respectively. Lyle Austin, 5th, not enough to make the 500. Then in 6th, you got Mitchell Collins. In 7th, you got Brian James. In 8th, you've got Tyler Faden. 9th, Roberto Crown Jr. 10th is Michael Collins. And as you look on down the rest of the list, we want to thank you all for watching. We will show you your 500 lineup. Check the Discord. More than likely, it'll be there. And of course, tune in on Sunday for the Great American Race. Tune in Saturday for final practice. Until then, guys, goodbye, everyone.